Buenos dias. I'm here at the central station in Guanajuato, waiting for an Uber. I'm going to do a little day trip to San Miguel de Allende because I don't really want to spend any days there. I'll just do a day trip. So come along for the ride. Let's see what we find. So I just got into San Miguel de Allende and just had some breakfast at this place. It's called The Inside Cafe, I think. And I'm just about to get onto the street and wander over to the church and see what there is to see in this town. So follow along and check it out. Hope you enjoy it. I'm down on the street and making my way over to the main square in the center. So my understanding of this place, San Miguel, is there's quite a lot of expats living here, Canadians and Americans mostly, and I've been noticing them. Also been noticing that the prices here are a little higher. So if you come here, just be aware of it. So I'm just walking through some of the alleys here, San Miguel, and taking in the stores. There's some nice things here when you get into the little alleys. I really don't know where I'm going yet, but let's just keep walking. Excuse me. So this looks like a Saturday market with crafts and other things you can buy.
Hola.
Hola.
Ah, sí, yo lo compré en 60 pesos allá arriba, Sara.
But it's taken me 5 months for the numbers to see. And I go out and buy something.
Yeah, it looks like
So that has taken
asaída.
Subiendo escalera. Gracias.
Okay. I see.
Mascarilla.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna just walk through this place. Typical Mexican sort of high-end market for tourists. It's a kind of mercado. This looks like the Mercado, but a bit more high end than your typical Mercado. Not sure what that is. Here you have all the leather. Buy some leather boots and stuff. This is where you do it. I think my cowboy boots days are over. Really smell the herbs here. It's like a herb store. And this looks like it's healing herbs. Yeah, it's different from your traditional mercado in the sense that there's no real food stalls. I don't see too many Mexicans. I see more Westerners, and the Mexicans I do see, they look like visitors. They don't look like locals. This is where you get some takeout taco stuff. Cheese. Look at the little birds. Little lovebirds. Poor birds. More food. Yeah, so that was the Mercado. Just walked through it, and I still don't know where I'm going, but come along and we'll find out.
Here that we have, I mean, I see them, and they're very good.
So I think here we're getting close to the main square, where one of the squares. It's so very different from when I was here last year. During the pandemic, everything was closed. There's a real chill in the air. And today it seems like everything's, I don't know, it seems like everything's back to normal. I mean, most Mexicans still wear masks outside. I'm not sure what that's about. Westerners do not, or I mean tourists or expats, you know how you call them.
ahí que me lo...
So, from a vibe perspective, I rate this. I would rate this pueblo about 8 out of 10. It's a nice pueblo. It's definitely livable. A lot of nice things about it, but there's something there's a little angriness here. I'm not sure how to describe it. There's a kind of an angst. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. I'm not sure if it's the presence of all the expats that's created that, or but it's not like Guanajuato.
Digo, también ya más grande.
So I think now we are entering the main historical zone.
It is called Antonia Bistro.
They've blocked off the different entrances to the zone to make it more pedestrian friendly for people to walk around in, which is a good idea. Yeah, it's a lot more people here than when I was here a year ago. A year ago, this place was empty. There was barely anybody here. The pandemic really freaked people out. But today, it's actually pretty vibrant. A lot of people. And there is the main church. And the bells are ringing. Oh, look at that. That's ice cream, huh? Chocolate chips. Do you have chocolate? Just chocolate? Can I see? And the pistachio? Can I see? Ooh. ¿Cuánto?
En vaso, 35, 50.
Vaso. 35. For pistachio y chocolate. Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias, hasta luego. Nieves, helados.
Hola, buenas tardes. Sí, solamente que lo tengo en la parte de atrás.
There we go. Here's my little treat for today as I walk the square of San Miguel. You gotta try the ice cream, right? It's pretty good, actually. When I was here last year, this whole part of the square was roped off. You couldn't even walk in here. Today it's all open. It's nice. Nice change. All right. So I'm gonna have this ice cream and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back from eating my ice cream in the main square, looking at the main church. And one thing I have to tell you is an enormous amount of tourism here. Most of the people I see here are all tourists or travelers or Mexicans who come from out of town here. So if you're thinking of coming to San Miguel, it's just be aware of what to expect. You're not gonna find this sort of authentic Pueblo Mágico. It's not authentic. It's very much been gentrified, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Pueblo Mágico has been gentrified to an enormous degree, probably because of all the expats and American Canadians coming down here to live. It's now become kind of famous. Yes, there's a wedding going on. Let's see if we can go through to the church. The church itself is pretty ornate compared to some, inside anyways. I guess everybody's leaving from the wedding. This must be all the guests. Wow. And just do a little walk through here. I remember being here last year, but you know, most churches, after a while, they all look the same. I hate to say it. The only thing I can say about this one is it's less ornate than some of the really famous ones I've been in. But it's still a nice church. So if you come to San Miguel, definitely give the church a visit. Try not to come on a weekend. I mean, I'm here on a Saturday and it's it's out of control with the wedding and other things. So I'm just heading to my next spot. I try to walk through this crowd. So I'm trying to imagine San Miguel before the crowds, before it was a tourist hotspot. And I can imagine that maybe it was a really, really nice place. But it's the way it is right now, it's really hard to appreciate it because of the crowds. And yeah, it's become like Disneyland. And sadly, if you come here, try to come on a weekday when it's not busy, hopefully, or less busy. But also try to lower your expectations, because it's not what it used to be now with the crowds basically coming in, expats and so forth. So you're not going to get the same experience as you might have gotten here 20 years ago. I'm sure there's other pueblos. I mean, Guanajuato, hour and a half away, has a much more authentic feel and isn't quite like this. But then again, it's a very popular spot too. Anyways, just be mindful of that. So now I'm currently inside a bit of an indoor mall restaurant, art gallery. There's a few things here going on, a few little shops. Again, this is kind of typical of the gentrification of San Miguel. Having this sort of bit of a high-end look to it, high-end shopping for the expats and so forth. Again, it's part of the gentrification. San Miguel. So expect higher prices, but also expect some nice things to buy. If you have the money and if you have the space in your suitcase to buy some stuff, there's stuff here to buy. Might have a sandwich here. It's a nice place to have a sandwich. It's quite a nice little spot. I was here last year as well. And again, it was not anywhere near as busy as it is today. Gracias. Just got myself a little coffee, take a little break. And it's about 1:30. I'm kind of planning my trip back to Guanajuato as I mentioned, I took an Uber here, and it was actually pretty reasonable. It was like an hour and a half ride, and it was only like 380 pesos for an hour and a half ride. It's pretty good. So I think in about an hour, I might just wander either to the bus station or think about maybe taking another Uber back to Guanajuato. I got to pack tomorrow, and I'm going to another town. I mean, in the meantime, I'm enjoying what San Miguel has to offer, and I think this is a great place to visit. I don't know if I'd want to spend more than 1 or 2 nights here, just because it is extremely crowded with tourists and travelers, and it's kind of expensive. And it's really hard to experience a lot of what the magical aspect of this town is when it's so overrun with travelers. I mean, some people, it doesn't really bother them. They don't care if there's crowds and so forth. It doesn't bother them. But other people are it's not fun. They're trying to go see a church, or they're trying to see something, or go to a museum, and it's just crowds. And you're not really experiencing whatever it is you're trying to experience, because your senses are being bombarded by other people. So, and there's lineups, like even right now there's lineups to just get a bite to eat or a coffee or something. It's just constantly a lot of people. So if you want a more laid back kind of authentic experience, maybe San Miguel is not the place. If you want a bit of a high-end experience, like a Pueblo Mágico, but more kind of high-end, like Fifth Avenue feel, then okay, come down, because you're gonna enjoy it. The people, the demographics, they're definitely a more high-income demographic traveler that comes here, and if you like that, then it's great. What you're not going to find is a lot of authentic Mexicans in this town, right in the center. The only authentic Mexicans that are from here are the ones who are, I guess they're poor, or they're trying to sell stuff on the street, or begging for money. The authentic Mexicans from San Miguel, they're not shopping here, they're not coming here. It's just way too expensive. So I'm still wandering the streets of San Miguel and getting an impression. Lots of things to see, lots of shops. It's pretty overwhelming. A lot of things to buy.
Nunca me he tomado foto
Gracias. Gracias. ¿Nos toman una nosotros? Sí, obvio.
¿No quieres foto? Ponte visible.
Mira, por acá se ve que hay restaurantes
So I
arriba.
was saying before, I don't know if it was actually recorded or not because my camera turned off. Come to San Miguel, bring money because you got to buy stuff. It's not cheap. Bring some patience and tolerance because there's a heck of a lot of travelers here and everybody's in tourist mode. So you have to be patient. Unless you enjoy this naturally, because you're not going to get what you think is the authentic Pueblo Mágico experience. It's going to be quite different. Unlike other pueblos, which are much more low-key, San Miguel de Allende is a much more vibrant and busy pueblo, and not with a lot of the locals. This is not typical life here in Mexico. This is an upscale, very upscale lifestyle. Well, I think my time here is done for now. I'm off to the bus station and get back to I will pack my bags and get ready for tomorrow's trip. So I hope I gave you an impression. I actually saw that guy yesterday in Guanajuato. You'll see him in one of my videos. That's incredible. And now he's over here in San Miguel. He's on a world tour. All right. See you next time.